This is Hoodies. Alright, let's go ahead and do this, man. It's definitely summer. And just like summertime woes, you got AC units that don't blow out air the way it should. In this facility, this building, everybody's starting to feel it today. It's if you're not really doing much, if you're not cutting no hair or doing any hair, or if, for the nail techs, if you're not really doing anything where you're moving, it's not so bad. But when you are, that's when you can really feel it. So, but the landlord knows, and hey. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this thing, man. All right, let's do it. Ready? Let's do it. Yo, welcome back to another dope session of HOODIES the podcast. I'm the host, the God Rashidi, coming at you live from the Skill Suite. Well, maybe not so live, but we coming at you, man. Yo, let's put one in the air for HOODIES the podcast. Word. I love doing that. Man. But check it, man. Let's go ahead and do my thing. Let's go ahead and get right on into this, man. Real quick, man. I want to give a shout out to anybody who may be going through a thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's because of you that you're going through the thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, I don't care. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to define you. It does not have to define who you are as a man or woman. Yeah, you may have screwed up. Yep. Maybe you didn't screw up. Maybe somebody else screwed up and now you're screwed. Either way, this doesn't have to define them, doesn't have to define you. Just pick yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Only two options. Let's make it or make it. Word. Shout out to anybody who's lost a loved one. You know what I'm saying? Someone whom you've loved, admired, truly respected. Someone who was really close to your heart. My heart goes out to you, man. My condolences, man. A lot of times it feels like a piece of you goes with, I guess you can say our kinfolk, even if they're not blood. Once they're gone, it could feel like a chunk of you is gone, with them, and the old cliche, as long as you've got, memory of them, and as long as you cherish the moments you've shared, then, they'll always be with you. I get it. It kind of sucks in the moment. You know what I mean? Like right there in the thick of it, in the moment, the person may not necessarily be hearing that. And if you happen to just come across this episode, just on, just on a humbug, just happen to click on it. Maybe it was suggested, something like that. I want you to know, even though you're probably looking for some entertainment to get your mind off some things, before I get to the entertaining parts, I will just want to simply send you my condolences, man. You'll make it through it. You will. Many people before you have lost loved ones, not to minimize how you feel, but I'm saying that to say you will be fine. All right? Now, on a more brighter note, I would like to wish everybody with a born day today, happy born day. Word. And it's the first day of July. It's the first day of July, baby. And once again, it is definitely summer. It's definitely summer. And listen, I don't care if you've been here a while or you're fresh out the womb. Happy born day to you. It's your day. I salute you, man. New life, more life, man. Word. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? I'm cool. I'm good. A couple things, but I'm handling that. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? So send me some good energy. I keep sending y'all some. That's how we do. So real quick, man, since we were talking about condolences and things of that nature, I got an RIP. Y'all remember, well, some of you may not, because I checked the analytics and who be watching, and I think it's between 24 and 35. I mean, other demographics too, but that's the biggest one. So a lot of you may or may not know about a group called the Whispers, or should I say the Whispers, right? One of the members, there was a set of twins in the group. One of them goes by the name of Walter Scott. Walter Scott of the Whispers has passed away. It's from 1943 to 2025. Trying to think of a song to sing, but I ain't about to do y'all like that. Maybe another time. But yeah, Walter Scott. A moment of silence for the late, great Walter Scott from the Whispers. Word. The Whispers are known for singing songs like "And We Begin to Rock, Steady, Steady Rocking All Night Long. We begin to rock, Steady, Rocking to the break of dawn." And bunch of songs, man. Yeah. Y'all get the point, man. So my condolences to the family of Walter Scott, including his twin brother and the other band members. If you know they're still around, I'm not gonna act like I'm up to date in terms of how all the members in the group are doing. Right. Also to the family and friends as well, man. I'm also appreciative of the fact that a lot of these musical pioneers, these icons, if you will, it's kind of dope, you know, as we think about the memories and the feelings the songs made us feel. I guess that's what's dope about it. They've left behind these timeless songs. Yeah, great voice. Left behind these timeless songs and you listen to them and they take you back to another time. So I'm grateful for those type of gifts. I'm grateful for the contribution of the Whispers. I'm grateful for the contribution of Walter Scott. Word. So, yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into this. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Glad to be back, too, man. Yeah! Word. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. So, yo, listen, last episode, I definitely did get flagged. To the point to where last episode was blocked in certain regions. Well, not certain regions, a certain region. And that region was, I think, North Korea. Something like that. I think it was North Korea. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. It was, you know what I'm saying? You can see it over here. So I'm cool. So this time around, I don't have no media. I mean, I do, but not a video. Let's go ahead and get into that. My phone bugging out real quick. So check it. This right here is about, some would call this man the GOAT. He is great, but just not the greatest of all time. At least not to me. Michael Jordan is. But a lot of folk will refer to James as this era's GOAT. A lot of youngsters will call him the GOAT. And listen, I ain't here to argue with that. So check it. LeBron James admits, right, he's on record for admitting that the fans are one of the main reasons as to why he hasn't retired. You know what I'm saying? He says to have people appreciate what you do, it means everything. I fell in love with the game because of what it did for me and my friends. It brought us together. It kept us out the streets. It kept us away from harm, James said. So to be able to play this game that I love and continue to inspire you guys and continue to inspire people all over the world, that's the most ultimate thing I could ever do. And I'm always, forever and always grateful for that. For sure. Right? Now, I'm a mature man, but I ain't gonna front. Reading this, LeBron James admits that fans are one of the main reasons he hasn't retired, right? And I get it. I would assume a whole lot of athletes feel that way. You know what I'm saying? You have to find a new purpose, if you will. When LeBron, and I'm gonna get into that whole thing when I say I'm mature. I'm gonna go somewhere with that. Y'all remind me. So LeBron James, he, you know, at a young age, is playing ball. He's dedicated to it, dedicated to the craft, from high school and then the pros. So, you know, his high school girlfriend, I would assume they were boyfriend, girlfriend in high school, and then, you know, whatever. And then, of course, they're still together, Savannah James. So, and then, of course, they had children. So that is your why, to continue to go hard, you know? And for years and years, he be going into his, 23rd season this year? So you get used to the cheers. You get used to LeBron James, I love you. You get used to, grown men, young men, toddlers, girls, and elders, and just people all over the globe. People who don't even speak the English language. You're in a foreign country, I'm sure, has approached this man and said how much they love him. So you get used to the cheers. You get used to the. Hey, he's been in the public eye since he was in high school. He didn't dub himself as King James. The media and the public did. They called him King James, and he ran with it. You understand? So, yeah, he brought Cleveland its first chip to the franchise, if I remember correctly. But like I said about the mature part, yes, I'm a mature man, but hearing him say that he sticks around because of the fans for the most part, that's the gist of it, not word for word. And it made me think of that movie, Paid in Full. Y'all remember Paid in Full? Particularly the part when Mitch and Ace is having a conversation. I'm going to read it to you. Let me get the quote down here. I want to quote him right. So check it. This is after Ace got shot. Word. So here's Mitch. I'm going to try to talk. Because he was played by Mekhi Phifer while Ace was played by Wood Harris. Mitch. A nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle. Love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball playing niggas, like Bird, Magic or something. Like, yeah, a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, fans gonna still love me, man. I get love out here in Harlem. I done sold coke in these streets, man. Hash, weed, heroin. As long as a nigga is feeling it, a nigga like me can hustle it. It's my gift in life, And then Ace, they called him Ace Boogie too. Looked over at Mitch, said, yeah, you a hustle motherfucker, man. Word. So yeah, that's what it made me think about. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I get love out here in these arenas, man. Everywhere I go. Matter of fact, I can't go nowhere. I think he's on record for saying, damn, he wish he could go to the movies or something. LeBron James has grown accustomed to this life. And he's wondering, because, listen, he's the only player, I want to say, ever in the league today who's still an active player and a billionaire at the same time. Okay, Michael Jeffrey Jordan didn't become a billionaire till after he left the league, and it was some years after. You feel me? LeBron is still that while he's playing. That's pretty phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm sure also he'd have to find, see, your purpose. Yeah, it's gonna have to shift, right? Sure, he's got a son in the NBA, Bronny. He's the G League. Right? But listen, he's employed with the NBA. You feel me? His second born, Bryce, just not too long ago committed to a college. I forget which one. I want to say Phoenix. Don't quote me. Don't quote Arizona. Arizona's in Phoenix, right? I don't know. So don't quote me on that. But he's got a second born son who's a ball player. That's you can intertwine yourself with that and your son who's already in the league. And then his daughter, was it Zuri, has her name? Adorable young lady. It seems she's got a thing for volleyball. So then there's that. And not to mention his wife, whom I'm sure he would like to make up. Well, lost time is lost time, but when you're in the NBA, you got these away games, and you got to make, because LeBron James, of course I don't know him, but from what I hear, LeBron James is extremely disciplined. He makes sure he's in bed at a certain time, no matter what. At a certain time, the brother's in bed. Strict diet. Rehabbing, just a little tweak to his ankle, his back, or whatever. I guess they call that treatment. Training, you name it. Very disciplined dude. Spins. Well, he's done away with that whole myth. It's that we can We can now confirm that it's a myth because LeBron James says that whole thing about him spending $2 million a year on his body. He said he don't even understand where that even came from. But he spends, I'm sure, a decent amount of money to stay in shape, keep his diet right. You know what I'm saying? That should be celebrated, right? But, and like I said, it's time with the wife. And let's not, I'm getting tongue tied here, but let's not forget that I think he's got a media company, I'm sure. Meetings here, meetings there, but it won't be like when it was when he was in the league. So life for him is going to change. Sure, he's got dough. He can leave the league. But all the fans still going to love him. He's on record for saying he loves. Listen, I'm sure it's a shot of dopamine when, you know, even if you're used to it. I'm sure there's a decent amount of dopamine when people tell you how much they love you and admire you. Not to mention LeBron James has taken his childhood friends and set them all up for success. All of them went to college on his dime and made something of themselves. Now each of them can stand on their own two in their respective fields. LeBron James, and look, this just keeping it funky. Let's keep it funky. LeBron James is his brother's keeper. That's something that should be celebrated. You know? You can say whatever you want about his style of play. You can say whatever you want about him being the GOAT. Excuse me. You can say whatever you want about he's a crybaby and he just wants attention. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but if you take all of that out and just look at the man. Come on, man. Sound like a stand-up dude. Ain't never been in no type of scandal. Never heard him stepping out on his lady. Unless, of course, he has, and he's had young ladies sign an NDA or something like that, which is smart. But, I'm saying no, even though I don't know from a can of paint what LeBron James got going on. But we live in an era of TMZ and things like that. It's just that era of everybody's catching everything. Hotel cameras, you know, somebody over in the bushes, and you thought you covered all bases, and bam, they got some footage. There's been allegations that he was on PEDs and all kinds of shit. So my thing is, number one, I'm sure that there's a lot that comes with being famous, right? I'm sure there's a lot that come along with it. But I'm sure it's a lot to think about. What are you going to do next? Sure, I know he loves his wife and his family. But I think his wife I think she's into podcasting now. His kids are into their sports and their careers and their things. He's going to have to find something new. You know, personally, I think LeBron James should go ahead and retire. Brother, you've got nothing else left to prove. And see, him sticking around could be a little bit of anxiety too. Maybe, I guess everything I'm saying, he's probably wondering, what am I going to do when I'm done? Remember that heartfelt cartoon video that Kobe made? Well, I'm sure he didn't make, you know, the drawing and all that, but it was made for him, and he did the narration. Beautiful piece. I think he got an Emmy or Oscar or something for that. Beautiful piece. Brought a tear to my eye. And I remember in that, and I think it was a poem or something, but it was like an ode to the basketball, or an ode to what the basketball meant to him. Either that, or he was talking about the game itself. Maybe both, right? But in that piece, Kobe Bean Bryant, the late Kobe Bean Bryant, rest in peace, brother. We miss you, man. Damn. Took me back for a second. But in that piece, he says, but now I got to let you go. He's talking about the ball, or maybe the game, or maybe both. And I think it's going to come a time when LeBron James is going to have to do that. You know, look at the great Floyd Mayweather. You know, 50. Floyd Mayweather's the GOAT as far as I'm concerned. A lot of folk will like to say Brother Muhammad Ali, the late Brother Muhammad Ali. Brother Muhammad Ali was the people's champ, no doubt. Takes a lot of balls to say no to the federal government. when they're trying to draft your ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, LeBron, on your show, The Shop, in one of those episodes, I forget which one, y'all spoke about, sidebar by the way, y'all spoke about Brother Ali and made mention of him going to jail for not being drafted. And other folk on the show, I believe some white dude, I forget his name, forgive me, funny dude, I think, can't remember who it is now, but he repeated it, I think, and nobody caught that in post-production or none of that. So to LeBron James and everybody that was there, and even the people who do the edit and all that stuff, Brother Muhammad Ali never went to jail. He had his license suspended, but he never went to jail. He was threatened with jail, but he never went to jail. And I get LeBron's busy. You know, he's a ball player, not a scholar, right? Not a scholar. But I guess it's bugging me out that nobody caught that when they were editing before they put it out. Nobody caught that. And the guest was older than him. So maybe he just don't know. Just because you're older, just because you're black, just because you're this, that, and the third, I mean, you know, any and everything about our icons, black icons, and so on and so forth. But just wanted to say that. End of sidebar. So, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah. I was saying that Muhammad Ali is the people's champ for not being drafted and all. So what he did something that most folk don't have the balls to do, not even today. You know? And so for that, he won the hearts of the people of different walks of life, not just black folk. You know? And so he'll always be the people's champ. But the GOAT of boxing, with all due respect to the legacy and the memory of the late great Muhammad Ali, the people's champ, he is not the GOAT. And Brother Muhammad Ali was not the best businessman. A lot of women, which brought children and alimony, stuff like that. Stayed around for way longer than what he should have. And some of Muhammad Ali's latter fights toward him, like retiring, he looked really wobbly in the ring. You could see it was just really wobbly, and this might be a little exaggeration, but he's walking around the ring and he's got a little kind of a wobble to him. You can tell the early stages of his condition was starting to seep in. Stayed too long, but he had to stay because he wasn't the best businessman. In fact, anytime you see any apparel, anything with his name and likeness, only 20% of that, from the last time I researched it, and I don't see why it would change. It's not to say that it couldn't, but the last time I researched, and you can look into it yourself, Muhammad Ali's estate only receives 20% of what's made off his name and likeness and so on and so forth. He was not the best businessman. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, is. You know what I'm saying? Even in retirement. 50-0, still winning fights, even in exhibition matches, even after retirement. See, people really missed it with Floyd. They really missed it. When he bought himself out of his contract, I believe it was with Top Rank, Bob Arum. When he bought himself out of his contract, see, before he bought himself out of his contract, he was pretty boy Floyd Mayweather. He buys himself out of his contract and becomes Money Mayweather. Starts showing a lot of money. And it was genius, though, because he figured if he do enough for that, and then when it's time for a fight and these workups for a fight, he would be the villain. Flash money, talk mad shit, talk some flashy shit, whatever, because he knew it would piss people off. And while his opponent would play the humble, meek individual. And some of them would be just as boisterous, but they couldn't top Money Mayweather. Because he knew that people will buy that fight, that pay-per-view fight, just out of hate. Because they want to see you lose. And then there's some that want to see you win. Either way, it's a win for him because people are going to purchase that fight just to see if you lose. He never lost. Not even in retirement. As far as I'm concerned, that's the GOAT. Floyd Mayweather's the GOAT. But anyway, so Floyd didn't stay too long, but the likes of Bernard Hopkins stayed too long. Roy Jones Jr. stayed too long. I want to say Iron Mike Tyson stayed too long. You know, for various reasons. Some people stay fighting because their money ain't right. They're trying to maintain a certain lifestyle. You know, bad decisions. Women, you got to pay for that. Lawsuits and family members you're trying to put on. You know, Mike Tyson talked about how he would blow money and people with leeches. And for a time, he liked it. Well, this is a little off topic, but MC Hammer looked out for his kinfolk. Friends and folk from the neighborhood, employed them all, lost everything. Anyway, back to LeBron James. Don't stay too long, man. I'm telling you, don't stay too long. With all due respect, fuck the fans. I think LeBron James has given the fans enough. He's given them enough. And I'm of the belief that folk are really going to miss him when he's done. I think right now we're just used to seeing him every season. Don't stay too long, man. I'm telling you. Because even right now, LeBron James, because he opted into his contract. So he's kind of hinting like he wants to be traded. Which is interesting because I wonder what happens to Bronny if he does. Right? But from what I understand, LeBron James's trade value isn't really high. Could it be the game is moving on? The game is moving on without him. Could it be nobody wants an aging 40-year-old basketball player? And if we're keeping it funky, you want to catch LeBron when he's vulnerable these days? Catch him mid to late third quarter going into the fourth. He's not the same brother anymore. And that's not to throw no type of shade on him. Me personally, and what do I know? I think brother LeBron James should go ahead and go home and be a family man. I think it's time. And if he comes back this season, which he probably will, I think this should be his last one. Should do like a Kobe farewell tour. And find another purpose. And I say all of this. With respect. You know what I'm saying? I rocks with brother LeBron. I rocks with him heavy. Especially what he did with his friends. And I know folk be throwing, they be clowning him because when they was in the bubble, he was reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, and his folks that swear up and down he wasn't reading nothing. Like he ain't finished that book. Hey, I don't know. But listen. And then some people say he just doing that for his brand. Well, hey, listen. I don't know about y'all, but listen. If he's building his brand by posting up with the autobiography of Malcolm X, hey, man, it's a start. Yeah, hey, maybe it is for us, but what's so wrong about building your brand? If your brand, if you can build your brand just by showing up with showing up on TV with a book, that's what's up. Kids admire the dude. What do you think it's gonna make them want to go read? The autobiography of Malcolm X. Isn't that what we want? So folk know what they talking about? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Brother LeBron. Don't stay too long. I, for one, want to thank you for all the years and great sportsmanship, great play, very amazing, man. Phenomenal. You know? Great family, man. I respect that. You know, that school in Cleveland is not his school. Is that in Cleveland or is that in Akron? Either way, the I Promise school is not his school. That's a state school. He's just affiliated with it. That's just the truth. But and I guess he never came in to specifically say that, but I get it. I get it. Marketing, promotion. If people think it's his school, they'll attend it. I get it. And not to throw any more shade on that school, I don't think the graduation rate is very high. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look into that and post a little something on the screen. It's probably on the screen now. Anyway, but believe he's got a museum in somewhere in Cleveland or Akron too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. That's what I thought of. I thought of Paid in Full when I read that. Like, wow, the fans are keeping them around, the cheers and the listen. There's probably people who tear up when they meet him. You know, yeah. So my thing is though, with all due respect to the fans, fuck them fans. The fans ain't gonna be there at night when you're wondering what to do next. So that would be my thing, right? And a little something real quick. If LeBron James happened to be watching this, right? Probably not. Just in case though, maybe not LeBron, maybe a LeBron fan, right? Who may be feeling some type of anxiety or depression because LeBron is nearing the end of his career. Listen to this. Anxiety is focusing on the future. Depression is focusing on the past. And happiness is staying in the present. So repeat after me. I don't have to figure everything out right now. The future isn't happening yet. I'm safe right here. This moment is enough. Word. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say about that. Salute to brother LeBron Ramon James. Word. Word. So it's the off season still, and it's so much stuff going on right now. I know I'm not going to remember everything, so I grabbed what I could grab. Let's see. Off season shenanigans. We went over the trades. Now it's now the season of all the players who are free agents to sign with other teams or stay with the current one. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is that, did y'all know Angel Reese had a brother? I knew she had a brother. I think she got a couple of them. Don't quote me on that, but I knew she at least had one brother. Did y'all know that the Lakers have signed Angel Reese's brother, Julian Reese, as an no. He was, I guess he's on an undrafted free agent deal. I don't know the ins and outs about that. But yeah, she's got a brother in the league. Word. Pretty cool. That's what's up. Let's see what else going on. The New York Knicks, not too long ago, fired Tom Thibodeau, the head coach, and it's been reported that the New York Knicks also reached out to Don Staley for the head coaching position. Hold on, Don Staley. Hold on. She's a basketball legend and head coach of South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball team. That's kind of crazy. Female head coach in the NBA. Oof. That might rub some people the wrong way. Not because I see anything wrong with it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't have no problem with it. There's some folk who have an issue with female refs in the NBA. You know, my thing with a female coach is that, what's the locker room situation going to be like? You know, hear me out. What's the locker room situation going to be like? These brothers are in there half naked, changing, whatever. And here you are, a woman, and you're in there. So I don't know. But there are male coaches in the WNBA, right? Right? I'm supposed to know this stuff, but I don't. I don't be knowing exactly what I'm going to talk about, but I guess I shouldn't talk about it if I don't know about it, right? So that's what we're going to do going forward. So let's get off New York. So, but as of yet, the Knicks have yet to still find a coach. What else is happening along in the league? What else is happening? What else is happening? My man, Jason Tatum, Tay-Tay, is already back in the gym doing his thing. Already back in the gym. Look at that. Putting in the work. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Word. So not only did SGA take a sweep of all the MVPs this year, regular season MVP, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Finals MVP, right? So he has now signed a 4-year deal, $285 million Supermax extension, excuse me, with the Oklahoma City Thunder through 2030, 2031. This is the richest annual salary for a player in the league history. It's a lot of dough. I'm looking here. Caris LeVert has signed a 2-year, $29 million deal with the Pistons. I know there's some more in here. I don't have it, but some of the stuff I got it in my head. Damian Lillard was waived by the Milwaukee Bucks. Didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? And from the looks of it, from what I've seen on Bleacher Report and ESPN, was it Legion Hoops, NBA Central, handles like that, they're saying that he was pretty happy that he got traded because teams are clamoring after him. One of them being the Miami Heat, you know. But see, he's got to heal first. See, he tore his ACL. You know, he left last season with a torn ACL, so he's no spring chicken. He's an aging player himself. So we'll see how that works. But it's kind of dope to know that there's teams that want him. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is not happy about that. So who knows if he'll request a trade. Since they didn't got rid of Damian Lillard, Dame time, who knows if he'll stay there in Milwaukee. Maybe he'll request a trade. Don't know. We'll see, man. It's a lot going on. I can't think of anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that right there. Forgive me, man. It's a little dry. So making a shift real quick. In September, we got a serious fight. We got a serious major fight happening in September. It's Caneloalverez and Terrence Crawford. So check out this press release right here.
Somebody was in the room saying that I was scared of them. So I stepped to him and showed him who was the boss of this fight. I ain't scared of
Hey, I never say that. Your uncle say that, not me.
I ain't scared of and you're going to find that out. And as you seen, the last press conference,
we'll see.
When I walked you down, when you were supposed to be the bigger man.
That's what I'm talking about right there. But you see how the dynamic works. You get one fighter popping shit, while the other fighters just kind of chill. You know what I'm saying? That plays into boxing fans and boxing, enthusiasts. It plays into them. It's because there's somebody who hated what he just said. What that nigga say? Oh, hell no, I want him to lose. So they gonna fight. They gonna buy that fight just to see Caneloalverez beat him. And then while people like me are gonna tune in to see Terrence Crawford beat Canelo, right? And see, y'all know how I'm wired, right? I am wired in a way that I'm always rooting for the brother. Always. And always. You know what I'm saying? Even if I know you're going to lose, I'm rocking with you. And I'll just say, hey, he going to lose, but I'm rooting for him. I'm saying that to say Caneloalverez is a phenomenal fighter. 2 losses on his record. First was to the great Floyd Mayweather, who was about almost 40 years old when he fought, I think, 22, 23-year-old Canelo. Everybody swore up and down Floyd was, you out your league, you messing with the young boys, and Floyd went in that ring and schooled him. Cakewalk. And Canelo was one of the most elite fighters out. So that tells you a lot about Brother Floyd, right? So, okay, and his second loss was to Bivol. And that's when he went up to heavyweight. He lost that fight. The things that worked in his weight class didn't work at heavyweight. So he came back down again. Those are the two losses on his record. Caneloalverez is a great fighter. Very competitive, very precise, great defense. Man, nice IQ as well. Dead ass. So I'm saying that to say, I hope Terrence Crawford does a much better job than one of the Charlo brothers, who for the most part just got in the ring just to survive. That fight was ass. I thought he was going to do way better than that. But Terrence Crawford, I believe in that brother. I ain't just rooting for him just to root for him, but I believe in him. I believe everything he just said in there. But I just got to see it. I can't sit here and just say, yeah, Terrence Crawford going to bust that ass. I can't say that because Caneloalverez is tried and true. That's a tough Mexican. Tried and true, boy. Tried and true. So I'm rocking with you, bud. I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you all day. You know what I'm saying? I just hope you pull it off. I need to see you pull it off, because listen, this is probably going to be the biggest payday for both fighters. And if not Canelo, definitely Terrence Crawford. Definitely his biggest payday. Gotta be. So I'm looking forward to that, man. Listen, if you're into having fight parties, this is the match to have a fight party to. Dead ass. Word. And that's all I got to say about sports, boxing, and basketball alike. All right? Let's move on. Yeah. So, I was going to say a little something about Diddy, but there ain't much to say. I think they're supposed to be coming to some type of verdict today or tomorrow. So, yeah, they're saying prosecutors have dropped attempted kidnapping, arson, and trafficking charges against Diddy. I hate saying Diddy. I'm used to Puff. So, yeah, I guess we'll know if he's going to walk or if he's going to get some time. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say about that. So, but yeah, man. Thank y'all for watching. It's about all I got, man. It's about all I got. Once again, man. Salute to everybody who's still showing up. Every day. Just showing up, and then going through some things. They're going through some things that don't nobody else know about. And like I said, they keep showing up. You know what I mean? There are people going through just changes. Some people are morphing into better versions of themselves, and so it may feel a bit strange, maybe awkward or weird even, as you kind of shed one skin so that now your new shiny skin can come to the light. Run out of words. You know what I'm saying? So the transition into this better version can be a little awkward, because this is new shit, new sights, new everything. I mean, that granted, that's if you're doing the work. So I'm saying that to say that keep doing the work. You know what I mean? Everybody's going through something, some sort of anxiety, some sort of something. And once again, if nothing anybody says, nothing that I say on this platform is helping, you can always dial 988, and that will take you to a suicide prevention representative who will get you right, man. Get right. Man up or woman up and get right. Because that is manning up and womaning up when you seek some help. Dead ass. Thank y'all for watching, man. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for listening to me babble. Thank you for your likes, your subs, and your shares. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your support. I don't care if it's just one of y'all watching. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So y'all stay up, man. It's been real. It's been good being here. Let me take one more sweep through the celly. And no, I got everything. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and go. So y'all stay up, man, and take care of yourself. And until next time, I'm the guard Rashidi, and this is Hoodies, man. Peace. Hey, this is Hoodies.